Alright, you guys, another week has come and passed, and just gonna summarize it all for you in this video. So, we've switched up the splits so that I'm now doing legs on Saturday, just so I can conserve a little bit more energy because I'm really finding it difficult some days after work on the Fridays to go and have like a heavier leg session. Even today, I was struggling a little bit for energy, so I didn't actually do any like barbell squats or front squats for that matter. I just went straight over to like the hack squat and did a couple of other like extra exercises. This is my quad focus leg day as well. So which means that I only did essentially one exercise for my hamstrings and two for the calves, and then I also did a little bit of not isolating my glutes this workout because that's more for my other leg day, the hamstring and glute focus day, but I did, with the exercises that I did do, it does kind of work in as a secondary muscle group. So worked on the hack squats, the 45-degree leg press, another leg press, which you'll see shortly. I do find it, with the 45-degree leg press at my gym, you can't really go super deep into it, so I like to go for the other leg press as well, typically, just so I can get a little bit better of a stretch. And I can go a little bit deeper and then also feel my glutes contracting a little bit more, because that's a real focus that one of my weak points that I definitely want to be bringing up going into the next year as well. My legs and my arms. Those are the two main focus areas that I want to kind of develop going into next year's bulk. So that's why I'll be training them twice a week. As well as my back and my shoulders and chest, I'll still be doing only once per week. As for the body weight going at the moment, I managed to keep it consistently under 70 kilos for this entire week, which I'm super happy about. I dropped to just about the lowest that I've been during this whole recomp and cutting phase, to 69.3 kilos. Fairly confident over by the end of the weekend that I'll be able to drop probably to a 69 flat, maybe even just underneath and drop into the 68. So it just kind of depends on like how I go with my eating and everything. At the moment, I'm keeping my cravings and everything pretty well at out of the equation in general, to be honest, because I've just been finding ways to satisfy, especially like sugar cravings and stuff. Like my weekend treat has pretty much just been like pancakes, obviously like high protein ones. Probably make a short video on a recipe that I just kind of tampered around with over the course of the last weekend, and it was incredible. Like I couldn't even get over how much like flavor was in this thing, and I bought even more protein that arrived earlier this week, and it's a little bit higher in calories, but with the amount of I wouldn't say flexibility that I have at the moment, more like the way that I'm approaching my calories and my deficit and everything. When I do make changes like this, it is pretty easy to work them into my diet at the moment, which has kind of been a really fun experience, to be honest, going into this, because I know going into my next deficit, like this is obviously way into pretty much like the end of next year, but going into that deficit phase, knowing that I'll be able to satisfy all of these cravings and get away with this and that, it's just giving me a lot of peace of mind. So I've been I'm very grateful that I did go through this cutting phase, this deficit. Some people might not be completely understanding of why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, but in terms of setting up a solid foundation, especially for my strength going into the next year, I want to be as light as possible whilst also carrying as much strength as physically possible for my bulking phase, which will start most likely at the end of February next year. Next year in 2022, and then hopefully I'll be able to hit some lifetime PRs. My strength at the moment for my body weight is going really well. Haven't tested the 1RMs at the moment, like lately or recently I should say, obviously because of lack of energy. But some of my better reps and set schemes in recent times include a 105 kilo bench press for 2 reps, And what else have I done? I pulled a 180 kilogram deadlift the other day for 2 reps, but I did manage to do that for 3 like a couple of weeks before that, before my energy really started hitting a wall. And then my squat, I managed to hit a 130 kilogram squat for a double as well. As well as, what did I do on my overhead press? I think it was 67.5 kilos for 2 reps as well. So everything is going pretty much the way that I want to. My body fat percentage is looking crazy lean at the moment, in the single digit body fat percentage range. I'll be sure to have an updated video on my physique going into the next week. But yeah, everything is just going incredible. Like it's kind of gotten to a point now as well where it's kind of all I really want to do. I just want to go to work, go to the gym, eat really well, sleep, rest properly, and everything. Like this kind of feels like the first time in my life where everything just feels like it's falling into place in terms of like my training and diet and everything, and I just couldn't be happier. Especially based off like the past like couple of weeks prior to this, where I was just kind of I mean, if you watched the previous couple of videos, you'd probably be able to hear the tone in my voice as well, and how dramatically it's changed over the past, like into this video. I did hit a bit of a low in terms of mentally. I think it was like 2 videos ago, but we have since rebounded as well. I feel like I wasn't really on top of my fat intake. Recently I have increased the amount of fat that I've been having every day this week, and mentally I've just felt 10 times better. It also could be why I've managed to keep my body weight pretty consistent in terms of weigh-ins throughout the whole week, but we'll go into the following week and just keep an eye on it and see how we go. But other than that, guys, everything else is yeah, going great. It's been a really good week. Feels like I was overdue to have a just a normal and somewhat relaxing week, to be honest, so couldn't be happier at the moment. It's been pretty shitty weather this weekend, however, though. Had a bit of a getaway trip cancelled because of it, but it is what it is, and now I'm just making up for it by just training, essentially, which I obviously love the hell out of. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap up the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas for content that you want to see me create in future videos, let me know in the comments down below, and until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one.